killed my plant. I took all that time, went on the bus from the hotel I was staying in Massachusetts. My plant arrived at Joe's, beaten up, but there were still 2 leaves that were vibrant and green. But then Joe was busting his butt with me and my mom and having to do everything for us. And the whole week I actually was with Joe, and I had taken a break from hotels. But that week, I was on the phone, like constantly stressed over the goddamn wheelchair situation, fiasco, Twilight Zone, Three Stooges. It's still ongoing here, and it's been a month. Now we're in a new state and going through the same fucking shit. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But this plant, Joe didn't let me have my plant here. Even though I told him up front, I want my plant here, and then I won't blame you. If it dies, it'll be on my watch. At least it'll die on my watch. He's like, what do you want to plant in a hotel for? He was just being like, whatever. And I never imagined he was letting my plant die in front of him. So then when I finally got there for other reasons, because we were trying to get a house and had to do sale closing on his computer and whatnot, and sign things e-sign, I can't do it on a fucking public computer, can I? No. In a hotel, wide open. There was 1 leaf that was still okay, but it was in this big giant pot, and I didn't know what to do because the soil was still wet, and I was like, I would have been better off if the whole plant had died. I would have been better off if it hadn't survived, because I was mad at Joe, and there's nothing that could be done. So I took my plant home, and I tried to nurse the 1 leaf back to health. I put it in a different container because this container was way too huge for just 1 thing. It was drowning in there, and I didn't know. Plus, I had to get rid of some of the soil, and in the end, the plant was not going to survive, even though now it was getting TLC from me and sunlight and everything else. So I was very upset with Joe, but that'll all be conveyed in text if I ever get out of hotel living. It'll all be conveyed in text that I share. Suffice to say, I tried to save this plant. It would have been better off in a Stonyfield organic Greek plain yogurt container, but I had nothing to stab the bottom, and you have to have water holes in the bottom, so I didn't know what to do. It was drooping already, but it was still green and still alive, and it just was not going to survive. And yes, I was very, very angry with Joe. As part of me still is, but he was under so much stress helping me and my mom and going back and forth and trying to find houses, which we still don't have, and et cetera, that, you know, I just, what am I going to do, not forgive him? End our friendship over a fucking plant he let die in front of him? But it wasn't that he let it die. He led me to believe he was going to at least take minor care of it. He shouldn't have, you know, he should have let me have it with me. That's the whole thing. I can't stand that he wouldn't let me have it with me, even though I kept begging for it. And in the end, he let it die in front of him. That's what pisses me off. If he had given it some TLC and taken care of it 1 iota. And at one point I said, is my plant okay? I don't know. I haven't had a chance to even, you go by it. I haven't looked, you know. So that pissed me off. But this is just a little thing. I have to throw the plant away. I was hoping this 1 leaf would survive. In fact, when I brought home my dead plant, I couldn't believe it was dead, that he had let that happen and not even told me and not even paid attention at all. In fact, he had it where there wasn't enough sunlight coming in, and I'm like, you didn't even let it have sun? And he's like, well, I thought you had it set the way you wanted it. Well, I closed it at night, Joe, and thought you wanted it closed at night in your house.